Oh, wow. She's even rude to the cops. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Officer, can I ask you a question? Am I being detained? What crime am I being detained for?
Tonight, we're breaking down two intense encounters, one in Rock Island, Illinois, and another in Owensboro, Kentucky, where everything escalated over one simple question: do you have ID? These officers may have gone too far when they demanded identification, but did they actually have the right? Thanks to channels like TTA, the Terminator Audits, and independent auditors documenting these moments, we get a front row seat to real constitutional tests happening in real time. So the real question is, will he comply or stand his ground? Make sure to check out the original channels in the description, subscribe to support their work, and tell them ID Refusal Cop sent you, because we stand for civil rights. Trust me, by the end of this video, you will have an opinion.
Okay, I don't know what's going on, so...
It's all good, man. I'm not sure who this young lady is that just came out and spoke to the big guy that was, you seen all three of us sitting there?
Yeah, I did. I was on the phone, but yes, I did.
And he had seen me. He seen me coming through. Everyone's seen me recording.
Yeah.
And it seems like he's the only one that has knowledge of what I'm actually doing.
I don't, but I do want to ask.
Yeah, just exercising rights to record in public accessible areas, not making any efforts to go past anything restricted. Stand in the lobby. The young man knew what we was doing. He tried to tell her what we were doing, and she still ran and got HR, so I'm not entirely sure. But it seems like he's the only one that knows we have a right to do it.
Oh, just only because I would just say, you know how, like, say for instance, if you, just because I'm listening to you, I don't even really know, I hadn't even heard about it myself.
Okay.
Just if you would think about.
Oh, okay.
Just like if you would think about if you were, the news was here and they were scanning and say you didn't want to be on there, like that would be like you would have to ask somebody's permission. Is it okay for me to put you on there?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I hear where you're coming from, right? What's your name?
Tanisha.
Tanisha, I appreciate you being professional. Thanks a lot. So I hear what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
But the only thing is, there's no expectation to privacy when you're in public. Only in a private setting, I need permission. Not in public.
Okay,
Does that make sense?
It makes sense. It makes sense. But what if I don't want to be in your video? Or anybody? I don't want to.
I can understand that, but think about it. Every time you leave your house, you're on video.
I could be.
You definitely are. Every time a Tesla drives past, you're on their camera.
Okay.
So it makes no sense for the public. You get what I'm saying? You're in public. Yeah. Now, if it's private, I definitely need your permission.
Okay.
Definitely.
I'm just trying to understand.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate you wanting to understand.
Heard anything like that. I thought that's what you were doing when you came in, but I wasn't for sure. You could have been on FaceTime, so I
okay.
My business, so that's why I was like,
yeah.
I'm just asking you as that's a part of my job as you're coming in.
For sure.
You know, is there anything I can help you with?
Yeah, I understand that.
And said not at the moment.
Not at the moment.
You were on FaceTime. So
oh,
that's
no.
none of my business. Right
no, I went on FaceTime. So, like I say, out of everyone here, like everyone's been actually nice. I even went down to the WIC office, and they were even nice. Sir, you need any help? Let us know.
Yeah.
Everything's cool. And it seemed like, I can say, the taller guy, he's the only one that actually knew. He was trying to tell her, like, he's doing an audit. That's what it's called. Okay. And she still ran and got HR.
Well,
so
different age groups.
Right.
Different, like the millennials, not, all that. Everybody has different understandings, so that's what that's all about.
That's all good.
I'm just trying to understand.
It's all good. So what I'll do momentarily is I'll file a FOIA with you guys. Are you familiar with FOIA is?
I am.
Okay, for sure. I'll file a FOIA, turn it back into you if I can for a stamp received copy. We'll be good to go.
Okay.
All right, for sure. Appreciate it.
I don't know if I can. I would probably have to give that. I don't know.
To HR?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I probably would have to. I can't even sign for packages, so that's what I'm saying.
Well, that's okay. If you got to, we'll cross that bridge once we.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Yep, no problem.
The officer asks for identification, but notice the silence after one critical question. What crime? Under Fourth Amendment protections, police need reasonable suspicion to detain someone. Without that, this is a consensual encounter, not a lawful detention. And in Illinois, there is no obligation to identify unless lawfully detained. Watch how the citizen doesn't argue. He anchors everything on law, not emotion.
Yeah, definitely so. Ah, my living God.
Hi.
How you doing, Deputy?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good.
How are you?
I I didn't call you, Deputy.
No, but they did.
Really?
Yeah.
What did they actually say on 911?
So they said that you were recording and you were refusing to leave.
Oh, really?
So did they ask you to leave?
No one asked. Yeah, no one asked me to leave at all.
Okay.
How you doing, Deputy?
For today, Paul?
So do you need?
If you want to speak to her, oh my God, did they press the panic button? Really?
Yeah,
I'm
it makes
pretty.
you feel uncomfortable.
Oh my living God.
So
You
would
need
it
him
be?
to leave?
Would it be an issue to leave?
Or is he-
No, I mean, I got business to conduct, and once I'm done conducting the business, I will be leaving.
What kind of business you got?
A couple of different things, but the main thing is a FOIA for sure. And I'm exercising my right to record in public, so.
So if they ask you not to do that,
No, they didn't really ask. They was just saying something about HIPAA and stuff like that. And we tried to tell them that HIPAA doesn't apply because I don't work for the entity. And spoke to this young lady, a couple of other different personnel. Young man in there that's setting up tables. He knew precisely what we were doing today and I had no problem with it. So if you guys want to speak to them, maybe we'll be good to go.
well, first, do you have an ID with you?
No, I don't carry ID.
Can I speak to whoever wants me to leave? If you're not the one that...
Yeah, that's crazy because no one even asked me to leave.
Nobody said anything to you, huh?
I mean, they did speak about the recording. They were saying stuff like HIPAA. Or,
Well, you can record in here. You can't record in the rooms.
yeah, the private stuff. That's what I was telling them. Yeah, even that guy right there behind the door said the same thing that works here. So
Well, can I have your name?
I don't want to really give my name, but if I just rather remain anonymous, Deputy.
Well, because we're here now and it's a part of our call, I would like your information.
I understand.
What's your last name?
I don't want to give it though. I just want to remain anonymous. That's my Fourth Amendment right. I don't. Minus a crime, there's no obligation for me to give up my name. That's all. Appreciate it. Like I say, if you Deputy, how do you pronounce your name, sir?
Russ.
Russ.
Okay.
And you have an ID number?
6134.
Appreciate it. You, Deputy?
Kingsbury 7082.
Thanks a lot. You, sir?
Freeburg 7010.
Appreciate that. Yes, I'm not entirely sure, man. Like I said, this is kind of wild. They pressed the panic button, man. Oh, my living God.
So how did the whole interaction actually go down?
Like I said, I've been here for probably about 30 minutes. I'm walking around, documenting everything's good to go. This young lady in this room actually had the actual problem with me recording. But the man that works here that's behind this door tried to explain it to her right here. Like, no, he has a right to do it. He's doing an audit. Leave him be. And she still ran and got HR.
So why, in this room, why did she have a problem? If she's in this room and you were just over here.
I'm not entirely sure. She actually came out of her room. So.
Were there other people conducting their own business?
No.
while you were recording?
No. And even if they were, that's still not illegal. You can record whatever your eyes can see. Kind of like the same thing you guys do with plain view doctrine. If you can see it with your own eyes, there's no violation. Same thing.
I'm just trying to get some.
I understand that. I understand.
What all was happening?
I understand. Yeah, but like I said, when me and this young lady had a good dialogue about it, she understood. That was it.
Which lady?
The one that's closing the door now. Yeah.
Ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am. To the police?
Oh, wow. She's even rude to the cops.
Do you mind if I come
Oh,
in?
wow. Oh, wow. She said, I'm not talking to you.
This moment flips everything. The complainant refuses to speak, the very person who triggered police action. Without a cooperating witness or visible crime, officers lose probable cause momentum. Under Terry v. Ohio, suspicion must be specific and articulable, not emotional or assumed. What you're seeing here is the collapse of a weak call in real time. And once that happens, the badge loses leverage.
Wow. They call you guys here and don't even want to speak to you. Go home. Oh, my living God.
No, I don't have
Ain't that something, Deputy Russ?
So somebody's got a problem.
Oh, man. I would love for that young man to come out. He'd probably clean all this up, man. 'Cause he the one that actually knows
I'll keep trying.
of the rights we have.
It's fine. She's talking to him, so I imagine that's what it is.
Okay.
I can't believe they pressed the panic button, man, for somebody just exercising a right. You guys get that a lot, or?
Depends on the situation.
Really? Oh, wow.
But what were you trying to get taken care of?
Nothing like specifically. I just want to be able to exercise right. I'm here to do two different things. The first thing is record in public, like what I'm doing now.
Okay.
That's a right.
Okay.
And the second
We see
thing.
that a lot online.
Okay, so you guys know.
Yeah.
And the FOIA request, that's an additional right that's guaranteed. So that's it. That's crazy. She said, I'm not talking to you guys. Wow, that's a first. First time for everything, I guess. I guess we're waiting for HR to come down or some sort and we'll see how it goes. You let them know everything good to go, Deputy?
Do you plan on staying here for a while longer? You need to get some information?
I'll be here. I'll definitely be here for quite some time. Like I said, I need to file a FOIA request. Once I get the FOIA request, I'm usually out of here. But yeah, I know I can't be here past closing time. You know.
Sure, absolutely. Okay. Well, if there's nothing else, then
she was gonna come. She might be on with somebody else.
Oh yeah, I guess HR is coming down.
okay.
She
Yeah,
didn't say that.
Oh,
She said if that wasn't the person, she would see if there was somebody else.
okay.
Okay.
Did she say she called us?
She thought she was being harassed, but
Wow.
she came out here and approached him, not the other way around. So
Was she the one that called us?
I believe so.
Okay.
That's her. Yeah.
Wow. So that lady said she thought she was being harassed, even though she engaged me. Oh wow. Can't make it up, Deputy Rusk, man. You can't make it up, man.
And just know if they ask you to leave, then you have to leave.
Well, the only way I would have to leave is if I'm committing a crime. Like, you can't just ask me to leave just because you don't like what I'm wearing today. You know what I mean?
Right. I agree with you.
Yeah, I would have to commit a crime, and there's no crime afoot. So,
Good choice words.
yeah. I had seen this young man too. You spoke to, you was pretty nice when you spoke to me, sir. Are you like a manager here as well?
I am.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay.
Kind of, what's the first one? Initial.
Is there anything we can help you with, or are you just...
Yeah, momentarily I would try to figure all this out with 911, but in a moment I'll be filing a FOIA request with you guys. We'll be good to go after that. So that'll be about it. What's your name, sir?
That's all right.
Gary. Appreciate you, sir.
And you guys don't have a problem with anything?
Well, my understanding is he is free to be in the lobby area because it's a public space.
Okay.
So until anything beyond that happens,
Appreciate that, Gary.
unless you guys know anything different.
No. If there's anything illegal going on, if you need any help from us, go ahead and call.
Okay, appreciate you, sir. Thanks a lot, man. And you know what I will take though, Debbie? Can you guys, one of you guys write down the CAD number at least for me?
See how this is awkward.
Appreciate,
Call for service number?
Yeah, write it down for me. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. And we'll get this FOIA right quick, man. Fill out the FOIA request.
Make sure.
We should be good to go. We'll be good to go. And how far is the sheriff's department from this location?
So you gotta go, it's at 1317
Okay,
3rd Avenue.
3rd Avenue.
You know where
Okay.
the Centennial Bridge is?
I'm not really familiar with Rock Island. It's my first time here, but I can find it.
3052.
I said we'll get a FOIA request from this young lady right quick.
So, you wanna go right out here to 20th Street
Okay.
and follow it all the way down the river.
Oh, okay.
And then Sheriff's Department will be on your left.
Okay.
Okay, right next to the courthouse, all right?
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah.
Appreciate you,
We have
Deputy.
people working probably until 5 to handle FOIA requests down there too if you need anything.
Okay, cool. For sure.
All right.
All right, Deputy.
Go, sir.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
You too.
What started as confusion and misinformation inside a public building now escalates into a direct confrontation outside, where officers push harder, shift tactics, and test the limits of authority. But this time, the citizen pushes back even stronger.
How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Not too bad.
What can I do for you?
Well, we had a call that you were recording trains or something. I don't know for sure what it is.
Okay.
Is there any reason why you're over here? Is that what you're doing?
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know what you're doing?
No, I don't know that. I don't know that I need to explain to you what I'm doing.
Well, you're on private property.
Are you assuming I don't have permission to be here?
Do you have permission to be here?
Do I not?
We got a call on you, a complaint, okay? That's
Okay.
why I'm here.
All right.
All right? I'm off duty. I'm just trying to help out right now, okay?
Okay.
So do you have any ID or anything?
I do.
Okay, can I see your ID, sir?
Am I being detained?
No, sir, you're not being detained.
Nah, I'd rather not answer any more questions.
You're inside a vehicle,
Yes, sir.
okay?
Yes, sir.
Just 1 second.
The officer asks for ID, but the response cuts straight to the core. Am I being detained? Under the Fourth Amendment, a person is not required to identify themselves during a consensual encounter. This moment shows restraint. No yelling, no escalation, just controlled resistance. In Kentucky, like most states, ID is only required during a lawful detention tied to a crime. What you're seeing is the line between request and authority being clearly drawn.
Are you planning to run my plates? You know that's illegal?
Well, did he tell you why we got a call on you?
He said he got a call on me.
Yeah. You guys are taking pictures or whatever?
Yeah.
Of the...
Is that illegal?
No.
Okay.
No, it's just a little suspicious. If you're taking pictures of the gas company.
You realize that a citizen taking pictures in public is a First Amendment protected activity, right?
Yeah. But you understand that we're in a time of terrorism, too.
What?
Somebody taking pictures of railroad tracks and gas company, that ain't normal.
It's not?
You know?
Well, maybe not your definition of normal. But I would hate to think that as a law enforcement officer that a citizen taking activity and doing a constitutionally protected activity that is legal would throw up a red flag in your eyes and be suspicious.
Do you have a right to be on this property? You get permission?
I'm not answering any more questions.
You're not?
I mean, if you want to assume that I don't have a right to be on this property and pursue that, that's your business. But
Okay. Well, we're checking right now with the owner, and if you don't, we're going to cite you for trespassing, all right?
really,
Mm-hmm. If the owner doesn't want you on the property.
okay. Is it trespassing to be on what is considered public property and public access if I haven't been asked not to be here before? And do you think that the owner of this church,
Do you have a license on you?
do you think that the owner of this church would want me to not be here unless you coerced him into not wanting me to be here?
We're not coercing. Do you have a license on you?
I do.
Can I see him?
Is that a request or an order?
Well, it's a request.
Am I being detained?
No.
Have I committed a crime?
But you do.
Am I being accused
By
of
state of
committing a
Kentucky,
crime?
you have to produce your license to me.
Only if I'm suspected of committing a crime or in the process of committing a crime. And if
What's
I'm
your
not
name, sir?
if I'm not being detained, I'm not answering any more questions.
What's your name, sir?
I'm not answering any questions. Go back. Officer, can I ask you a question?
In a minute.
Am I being detained?
As of now, yes, you are.
What crime am I being detained for? Since this officer says now that I'm being detained, which illegally, because he hasn't been able to articulate a crime that I'm being detained for, I'm now obligated to provide him with some form of ID and a copy of my carry concealed license, which I have right here in my hand, ready to provide to him. And just so we're all clear, I'm parked in the parking lot of a church. And these two officers are now running my license plate. It's illegal, and I'm going to find out.
What makes you think that it is?
Because I would hate to think that I live in a country where you officers could just run my plates and get my information anytime you want. Now, given the fact that if I'm not detained, I don't have to provide ID, He did not detain me. He just took it upon himself to go back there to find out who I am. I do not have to provide that information to you unless I'm detained. And you didn't detain me until you walked to the back of my car after you ran my plate and after that officer ran my plate. I have it all on video.
That's fine. But
now, if you'd have come up and said you're detained for this crime, I'd have provided you everything you needed. But you didn't do that. Y'all just want to know what I'm doing. So you want my ID, which is not the way it works. And because I didn't provide my ID, then he wants to be shady and go run my plate.
Nobody's being shady. Listen to me, sir.
Everybody's being shady here. I haven't committed a crime. I haven't done anything wrong. And if you say I'm trespassing on this property, you're wrong, because I can't be trespassing on a property that I've never been asked to be to. This is a church parking lot. Are you prepared to stay in court,
sir,
and tell the court that this preacher of this church would not want me here sitting in his parking lot?
Are you going to let me answer?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, the answer to that is we got a call that you were here, okay? Now, we're investigating that. For whatever reason you're here, not just because you're sitting on the church parking lot, okay? It wouldn't have mattered if you were sitting in front of Rite Aid parking lot or anything else. It doesn't matter, okay?
Well, if it doesn't matter where I'm sitting,
hold on, sir.
Why was I
want to get an understanding.
Why was I threatened with being charged of
listen
trespassing? And I would appreciate if you didn't touch me.
Listen.
I know you have no ill will, but I would appreciate if you didn't take for granted that we're friends enough for you to touch me.
Well,
because right now you're performing an illegal act, and I don't trust
talking to you.
Well, this is not a consensual conversation, and the only way it's going to continue to be a conversation is if I'm detained. And if you detain me,
until we figure out why, let me tell you this:
unless I'm being detained, I'm not answering any more questions, and I'd like to be free to go about my business.
Until we figure out why you're here, you are being detained, sir.
Okay, what crime am I being detained for?
Suspicious activity, trespassing for one. There's a railroad.
Now
here.
we're back to trespassing.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it is, sir. I'm not just pulling stuff out of my butt here, you know.
So if I was to go park in, like your example, if I was to go park in Rite Aid parking lot and sit there and take some pictures, that makes me trespassing, just like I'm doing here. I'm in a church parking lot, okay, that is openly accessible to the public. There are no signs that say private property. There are no signs that say you can only be
I'm not being
here.
argumentative with you and saying none of that's not the case.
You're just wrong.
You're exactly right.
I mean, you can charge me with trespassing all you want, but if you think you're going to be able to stand up in court in front of a jury of my peers and convince them that what I'm doing right now is trespassing, you're wasting your time, my time, and the court's time.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. 90% of what we do is a waste of time. Okay, I'll give you that.
All this boils down to is your off-duty officer that pulled up and told me he was off-duty and told me I was not detained wanted to know who I was, and he doesn't have that right.
No, that's not what happened.
I have it all on video.
I understand.
That's exactly
what happened. But let me tell you, he didn't just run across you. What happened was he heard the radio call. Me and that other deputy got a radio call that somebody was here taking pictures.
Okay.
And he heard it on the radio and was close by and stopped.
Okay, let me ask you this.
He didn't just approach you because he felt like
so nobody called and said there was somebody trespassing. Somebody called and said I was taking pictures. Right. Is it illegal to take pictures in public?
It depends on what you're taking a picture of, sir.
So you're telling me that a citizen doesn't have a right in public to take a picture of anything they can see from public? Is that what you're telling me?
Let me back that, because I'm going to use that argument. That's what
I'd just like for you to answer my question.
Hold on, I'm going to answer it.
Okay.
But I'm going to answer it in a way that you asked us too about running your license plate. The courts have already said that license plate is in plain view wherever it is. As long as we don't go up in your yard and do it.
And I didn't accuse you.
No,
I said I think it's illegal, and I'm going to find out.
And I'm explaining it to you.
Okay. And before we leave, I'm going to need names and badge numbers from every officer that's here. Or a business card.
Well, you're recording it. You got mine right here.
Okay, what's your badge number, sir?
1123.
Thank you, and I'm going to need it from those gentlemen as well.
So, why can't we have a civil conversation here and explain what you're doing here?
We were having a civil conversation until your officer, who was off duty and told me that I was not detained,
he's not here, so
started asking me for my ID, what I was doing, why I was here.
Okay, I'm asking you to communicate with me.
Okay. I'll communicate as much as I feel necessary to communicate with you.
Okay.
If I'm being detained, though, I need to know right now if I'm being detained. Because if I'm being detained, I'm going to cooperate silently, and I'm going to plead the fifth and not answer any more questions. Now, if you want to have a consensual conversation and communicate, I'll do that if I'm not being detained at my discretion, not yours.
The officer claims suspicious activity, But listen carefully, there's no crime being named. Under Terry v. Ohio, detention requires specific, articulable suspicion of a crime. Suspicious alone doesn't meet that legal threshold. You can see the tension shift. The citizen stays grounded while the justification weakens. This is what happens when law is tested in real time.
So I need to know, am I being detained for a crime? And if so, I need you to articulate what crime I'm being detained for.
You're being questioned and talked to right now about suspicious activity. That's the call. That's what we have.
But am I being detained? If I'm not being detained, I'm going to be free to go on my way.
Sir,
listen, the law says if you're detaining me, I have to cooperate within the law. If I'm not being detained, I have every right to leave. If you do not allow me to leave and I'm not being detained, you're falsely imprisoning me.
No, I'm not falsely imprisoning.
So am I free to go?
No, sir.
Am I being detained?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What crime am I being detained for?
Trespassing and suspicious activity. That's what I'm telling you. I told you that 3 times.
Suspicious activity is not a crime. I can be suspicious if I want to. There's nothing legal about being suspicious. And if you're going to detain me for trespassing, I'd like for you to go ahead and cite me.
Well, we have the discretion not to. We have the discretion to or not to.
So you're using the trespassing to get what you want when I won't cooperate.
I'm using a little bit of logic here and trying to figure out for this business owner right here, because
I spoke to this business twice. Both times I've explained to them what I do here. Both times their management said that's okay.
So when was the last time that you talked to them?
2 months ago. I have it on video.
Do you know who that was that you spoke to?
I have it on video, his name. I don't know it
Can you tell me his name so I can ask?
I don't know it off
there.
the top of my head. I have it on video, though. And I'm not going to provide any information right now because I'd have to shut this video off to do so. Now, that's not me being argumentative. That's just a fact. I'm not going to shut this recording I'm doing right now off to find out that gentleman's name.
I'm just curious about one. Can we have a sensible conversation about one thing?
No, we can't. You've told me I'm being detained, so as of right now, if I'm being detained, I'm not answering any more questions, and you tell me what I need to do.
What do you mean if I tell you what to do?
Well, if I'm being detained by law, I have to cooperate. If I'm not being detained, I don't have to cooperate.
Okay, well, here's the thing. I mean, here's what it can come down to, okay? If you want to play this, okay?
I'm not playing anything. I'm following the law.
I understand.
I wish we were all following the law.
And that's what I'm telling you, the law. Okay. Sir, let me tell you something. That Constitution means just as much to me as it does you, okay?
Apparently not, because you swore an oath to protect it, and you're not
exactly right. Oh, yes, absolutely, 100%.
Well, me being in public...
Absolutely, 100%, sir. And I've been protecting this Constitution since I was 17 years old in the Marine Corps and everything else in law enforcement, okay? So don't tell me, just because I'm a law enforcement officer, that we're tramping all over everybody's
I'm telling you because of your actions right now.
Sir, my actions, we have a right to talk to whoever we want to.
I am taking part in a constitutionally protected activity, and you're detaining me.
Okay, well, here's what it comes down to, sir.
Okay.
Here's what it comes down to. If you want to talk the law, okay, the thing is, the law is telling you, don't come back on this property, don't come back on that property, or that is failure to obey an order, and you can go to jail.
Okay. On what property? You said this property?
This property, yes.
And you said that property. What other property are we speaking of?
This property. Right
I've never been on that property in my life.
I'm not saying you have. I'm just telling you.
And if you're giving me a direct order that I can't be on this property, and I contact this individual right here, and he tells me I can be on this property, me and you're going to court.
I don't care, sir.
I know you don't care. Well, you can't just go around telling people
you're not
what
a church member.
How do you know that? Are you assuming that?
Are you a church member here?
I don't have to answer that question. But
Gary, is he the preacher here? Can he come over here?
I got no problem with that. But I bet you do the talking to him, and when it's all said, let me talk to him and see how it turns out.
Do you know this individual?
No, I'm sorry, I do not.
How do you do,
sir? Is he a member of your church?
No, he's not.
Is he allowed to be on this property?
No, he's not.
Okay. Can you tell me why I'm not allowed to be on? I'll respect your wishes, but can you tell me your reason for me not being allowed to be on this property?
I would prefer not to do that.
Okay, that's fair enough. Have you ever told me before that I wasn't allowed on this property?
No, I have not.
Thank you for being honest. I appreciate that. Would you like to know why I'm on your property?
No, I would not.
Okay. Well, that's fair enough.
Thank you.
And you don't want me coming to your church or back to your property?
You're welcome to come to services only.
Oh.
If you are doing anything other than attending our service, I will ask you to leave again.
Okay. Fair enough.
All right.
Is that okay?
All right. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Oh, are we done now?
Yes, sir.
I'm not being charged with trespassing? Can I have your name and badge number, please?
Trooper Pryor.
Trooper Pryor. And Trooper Pryor, I'm going to ask you, you're the one that detained me. You never did give me cause for the detention, but am I now no longer detained?
Yeah, you're free to leave.
And I'm no longer charged with trespassing and the other things you said I was going to be charged with?
No, you will be if you come back, because you've heard it from the owner, okay? He doesn't want you here.
Okay.
So if we
No, it's not all right, but...
Well, I understand that, sir. It's
But,
the same Constitution that I've been fighting for since I was 17 years old and went in the military.
Well,
Okay.
okay. From your actions right here, you're not doing a very good job of it.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
I appreciate that.
Because you violated about 3 of my constitutional rights
Thank
today.
you.
And
Appreciate your citizenship.
I'm not a citizen of this city.
Okay. Have a good day, sir.
2 encounters, 2 different locations, but the same question echoed in both. Do you actually have the authority, or are you just asking? One man stood inside a public building, another in a parking lot. Neither raised their voice, neither backed down. And in the end, the law spoke louder than the badge. Because here's the truth. Rights don't disappear just because someone feels uncomfortable. If you've ever been asked for ID without a clear reason, drop your experience in the comments. If you believe knowledge is power, hit like and subscribe so you're never caught off guard again. This is ID Refusal Cops, where the Constitution isn't just a document, it's your strongest defense. Remember, you don't need to stay silent, you need to know the law.